To everybody. In fact, it's a delight to be here, as I've seen some of my professors also observing me today. Dr. Lara, you are cordially invited. Like they have said, today is Destinations, and I am Yinpugbehit, Bozongo, from the Republic of Ghana. You can call me Bozo for short. I welcome you once again. And as the slide has shown, I am a council teacher in a school called Bozongo High School, and I am happily, I want to stress on the word, I am happily married. And God has blessed me with 4 children. In fact, if God would have given me, if I get the opportunity to marry again, I will marry my wife if she can replicate herself again for me. Now, this is my first daughter, Aisha. She's in high school and pursuing science, a very intelligent daughter of mine, and I'm always proud of her. And this is my second born. This is my third born. This guy here, he just behaves like me, so if you see him, you have seen me. And this is the last born. This is my niece, and it's part of my family. That is why you have seen her too on the picture. I wish my wife were to be here. Unfortunately, she's not here. If I can talk about myself and my family, as a teacher, my lineage is also coming from my school. And my school is a boarding high school that is having student population of about 1,500 with 80 teaching staff running about 6 programs in the Upper East region of the Republic of Ghana. What you have just seen here is a boarding house for the girls. You know, it's a mixed school. We have girls and boys. And the girls, they have a population of about 600 in the school. So we have 1, 2, and there's another structure this way that is also housing girls. They are kept in the school, fed 3 times, and they are supposed to be learning. This structure here is also for the boys. That is where they stay. This is their dormitory. We have another structure at the other end, and we have a smaller one just in front of where they are walking towards. As of now, the school is they are on recess because this time we normally go on holidays for the Easter. But these people you have seen, this picture was taken yesterday. They are students, and they are final year students. And you know, Ghana, we have standardized tests that we run for our examination. So they cannot go home. They are in the school, and the exams is in progress. In fact, I miss them because this is the time I'm always very busy with my students. This is the science laboratory of the school. As you have seen, my office is located somewhere here as somebody who is in charge of the science department. We have 1 for physics, 1 for chemistry, and then 1 for biology. And this is one of the classrooms that we have. Now, somebody was saying that when you are on holidays, you can decide to go to Mexico. But I am telling you that Ghana, it is a must for you to go to Ghana. And it is not just a say, but there are a number of reasons, which time will not permit me. But briefly, at least anywhere you are going, you expect that there should be peace. Anywhere you are going, you expect that you should be able to move comfortable from one place to another. And Ghana, in fact, in the whole of West Africa, is the country with the most engineered roads in the whole of West Africa. This is a public record. It is not Bozo who is saying it. And hospitality of Ghanaians, unquestionable. We are always the best. And if you think I'm lying, you can ask Barack Obama in his visit to Ghana. If there were to be time, I would have played that tape for you. Now, on last Saturday, we had the opportunity of visiting the Slave Trade Center at Monticello. I believe I have pronounced it rightly. Yes, in fact, it was one of my very bad moments in my stay in the United States here. I had to control myself. Those of my colleagues who were closer to us, you saw that most of us from Africa, we were shedding tears. And I think that this is something that should not be repeated again for humanity in this world. What you have just seen here, you know that Ghana was called Gold Coast because the country is well endowed in gold. And the Europeans traveled to Africa, and particularly to Ghana, to engage in trade. When they got to Ghana, in fact, they built these castles and forts. Ghana has about 21 of these castles and forts, according to UNESCO record, dotted along the coast of Ghana. So they built these structures to be able to accommodate themselves and to protect their trade, because those Europeans who traveled to Africa were even fighting among themselves as to who could capture the larger portion of the land where they could get gold. And they built these ones in the 1400s. The Portuguese built it. They left, the Dutch came, demolished it, and also built a structure. But in the 1500s, they saw that in the New World, which we now call the Americans and the Caribbean, there was, in fact, massive grabbing for slaves to work on their plantations. So they switched from the gold trade, and they were now dealing in slave trade. So they started going into slave trade, and this is where they used to accommodate the slaves. They'll put the slaves here, and as and when there is market abroad, then they will ship them. In fact, here, there is a room here. Those of you who have been to Ghana and who have not, when you visit Ghana, make time to come here. Here, there's a room here, down here, where they used to keep the slaves. We call it the dungeons. And in the small room, they were keeping thousands of men. In another room, they were keeping 500 of women. And believe it, no water, no food, sanitation. You leave your waste in that room until it was time for them to be exported. Anybody who wanted to rebel, there is a prison here where they will put you inside. The women, the men who captured them, used to select them one after the other to satisfy their sexual desires. Can you imagine a colleague human being treating another person that way? And history is telling us that within that trade, West Africa alone, they had about 6 million slaves. Out of the 6 million in transit at the high sea, about 15% of those people perished at the high sea. That is telling you that about 900,000 of West Africans, slaves, were lost at the high sea. And we can imagine what happened to the rest. If you visited the slave center, there are some of them they cannot even account to, they cannot identify where they were buried. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world that we are. But I take consolation in the steps that American people have taken and in what Barack Obama said when he visited this particular place. He said we should learn that what has happened is in the past. It should just remind us as how we can forge closer relationship with one another as human beings. And I thank you, Americans. At least we are forging that, and that is why we are here. Now, you all know that today is Easter Monday. On Saturday, during Easter, this is what is happening in one of our communities, Kwawu. Military officers all over the world, they travel to Kwawu to help people do this paragliding. And I don't know whether Marine would like to fly this way. What you are seeing here is the town. You can fly from one end to another. I know you won't do that, but at least maybe Reggie will do that. So it's a very beautiful place you can visit. This is one of the oldest mosques in West Africa, the Larabanga Mosque. And it is believed that it was built in 1442. And though if you are somebody here from Sudan, you may think that this structure is from Sudan, but they use the Sudan architectural design. And this mosque has been there since then. There is a Holy Quran inside this one that it is believed that it was God himself who gave it to the Imam Asad then because of his purity. You can also visit that place. In fact, it is also called the Mecca in West Africa. This is one of the tourist sites in Ghana, the Kakum National Park, where you have the longest man-made canopy walkway in the whole of West Africa. This is a community that is on water. The name here is Nzulezu, meaning that surface of water. In fact, this particular center was nominated by UNESCO in 2000 as the World Heritage Site. The people here, they are living on the surface of the water. These are their houses. They have a school there. They have a church there. They do everything there. Here, you cannot go to this place on Thursdays because it is believed that on Thursday, the water here is their God. So on Thursday, if you come to this water here, it will carry you away. It has been happening. So people don't visit that place on Thursdays. So this time, the regulation is that it is only on just one day in a week that you can go to this place. Those of you who want nature, wildlife, at least, this is one of our parks. Every kind of animal that you want to see, you can see. If you have seen that human beings standing here, look at these elephants. They will not harm you, Mr. Maureen. So you can come. It's a very peaceful place. In fact, this place is closer to, after my graduation from university, this is the place I was teaching my school, very close to this. This is where I was teaching physics before moving to my new school. Here, you can sit on the crocodile. You only need some small chicken, and they are gods. They are termed as gods. So somebody will just stand and call them, and they'll come out. You see that this man has raised one, and it is jumping. That's a chicken. It is jumping to eat, and somebody is sitting on it. It won't harm you. They are very peaceful. Now, when I came here, I had the opportunity of having a side view of your house. This is also the Flagstaff House. This is the seat of our presidency. And this is the man, John Dramani Mahama, the president of the Republic of Ghana. And as you honor your heroes, we also honor our heroes. Those from Africa and the world at large, you know that the world history cannot be written without that of Africa. And you cannot write African history without Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So this is where his remains are, the first president of the Republic of Ghana. It is very close to the airport. When you're in Ghana, make time to go there. Or if you go through all these beautiful places, at least you need a place to relax. And these are some of them. These are some of the beaches that you can find in Ghana. If you want to sleep comfortably, beautiful hotels at your disposal. At least, it is not all that expensive. Now, all these things I have spoken about. Bill Clinton, when he was in Ghana with Hillary, they visited most of these sites. So if you think I'm joking, just email them and you hear more. This is Barack Obama. This is George Bush. All these people have visited most of the tourist sites I have mentioned. So if they are not attractive, as busy as United States presidents, they won't be able to make time for those areas. So if they can be there, why do you want to be left out? Do not. If you travel, you are going to spend money. Is that not so? So these days, people want to travel. Once you spend money, you make some money. Ghana is blessed. You want to be engaged in a business venture in oil, we have it. Cocoa, we have it. Gold, we have it. Timber, we have it. Pineapple and other fruits you can think of, we have it. If you don't want this, what do you want again? I thank you very much for your attention, and may Allah be with us.